Children, let's move on with the next question. The next question is quite interesting. Why? Because this particular sum, which is based on heights and distances, is dealing with speed, distance and time. So let's see what exactly the question says. A bird flying in a line parallel to the ground. Okay, there is a bird which is flying in a line parallel to the ground from east to west, east direction to west direction, at a height 200 meter. Okay, a bird at a height 200 meter flying from east to west parallel to the ground. This is what I can summarize. Krish standing in the middle of the field. A boy standing in the middle of the field. First he observes the bird at an first he observes the bird in the east direction at an angle of elevation of 30 degree. After 3 minutes. Children, kindly pay attention to this particular thing. After 3 minutes, he again observes the same bird in west direction at an angle of elevation of 45 degree. At an angle of elevation of 45 degree. Find the speed of the bird in kilometer per hour. Children, the height given to us, the distance of the bird from the ground is given to us in meter. Moreover, we are supposed to find out in speed in kilometer per hour. So we are going to see how we change this particular units. So it's a very interesting sum. Let's start. As we normally say so, that in heights and distances, we first need to go ahead with the diagram. The moment we are done with the diagram, our most part of the sum gets completed. So let's try to draw the diagram, what the diagram is going to look like. Where is Krish standing? He is standing in the middle of the field. So let us say this is what the field is going to be. Somewhere down the line I can say Krish is standing here. Say somewhere Krish is standing here. This is A, B. I'll just say this is what the field is. I'm not saying that Krish is standing exactly in between. No, he is not standing in the midpoint or middle of the ground. No, somewhere. So if you want, you can stretch this also. So you can feel that, okay, fine, he's not standing in the middle of the field. Let C be the position of Krish initially. Now what the question says, he observes the bird first in the east. He observes the bird first in the east direction. So, and what is the angle of elevation? 30 degree. The bird is at a height of 200 meter. This is 200 meter. This is my east direction. This is my east direction. Let P be the initial position of the bird, where the Krish observes for the first time. Angle of elevation is 30 degree. Once again, children, AB is nothing but any field. C is the position of Krish. He observes the bird which is flying at a height of 200 meter. Initially, he observes the bird in east direction. We say let P be the first position of the bird. 3 minutes later, he finds the same bird in west direction. So let me say this is my west direction. He observes the same bird at the same height. At the same height. So again, this is what my height is going to be. This is what my height is going to be. But this time the angle of elevation is 45 degree. This time my angle of elevation is 45 degree. This is my 45 degree. Angle of elevation is 45 degree. The height is constant, 200 meter. Now what do I see is that, don't you think so that bird has traveled a distance from P to Q, Q being the second position, P to Q? Don't you think so that distance PQ, if you want to just show, you can show it in a dotted line. Distance PQ is as good as distance AB. It is as good as distance AB. Why? Because bird was flying parallel to the ground. It was flying parallel to the ground. So I shall say, let this be X meter, this be Y meter. So what is the total distance traveled by the bird? The total distance traveled by the bird is X plus Y meter. What is the total distance traveled by the bird? X plus Y meter. Now if I take what is the total time taken to travel from east to west, from P to Q, the time taken is 3 minutes. The time taken is 3 minutes. Since 1 minute is 60 seconds, can I say this is 180 seconds? Can I say this is 180 seconds? The time frame is 180 seconds in order to travel from P to Q. Any doubt, children? Right? Shall we move further? So what exactly this is? The total distance traversed by the bird is x plus y meter. The total time taken by the bird from east to west, that is from point P to point Q, is 180 seconds. We need to find out the speed of the bird. Let us jot down all those things right now in our answer first, and then we can move on with the question. If you want, you can just draw a line which is just normal. Even you can say this distance, and this distance all are same, 200 meter. So we jot down our answer as solution. Let C be the position of the boy who is Krish over here. Let C be the position of Krish. Let P and Q be the first and second position of the bird. Let P and Q be the first and the second position of the bird. What is the height given to us? At what height it is traveling? 200 meter. Height, we can say PA is equals to QB, which is nothing but 200 meter. What is the first and the second angle of elevation? The first and the second angle of elevation is 30 and 45 degree respectively. The first and second angle of elevation is 30 degree and 45 degree respectively. Have we taken something from our side, such as AC as x meter and that of BC as y meter? We need to write down that also. If you want, you can give this as equation number 1. Also, one can say also let AC or distance AC, or you can say length AC, whatever you want to say. Simply AC is also fine. AC be x meter. Equation number 2. That of BC be y meter. Equation number 3. What if I have to add up? AB is equals to AC plus BC. Again, if you want, you can say collinearity as a reason. A dash, C dash, B. AB turns out to be x plus y meter. Can I say this is the total distance traveled by the bird? So I'll just write down beside this. It is the total distance traveled. Total distance traveled. Now children, we will just move into individual triangle. Heights are always perpendicular to the base surface. So in triangle, we start off our answer. First we move into triangle which? In triangle PAC. In triangle PAC, is the opposite height being known to us? Is the adjacent distance we need to find out? So shall we use tan once again? In triangle PAC, tan 30 is AP by AC. What is tan 30, children? Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. How much is AP? AP we know it is 200. AP we know it is 200 meter by AC, which is x. So if I just want to get the value of x, will I go for some kind of cross multiplication? X is equals to 200 root 3 meter. X goes here, root 3 goes there. X is 200 root 3 meter. This is my equation number 4. Children, on the same lines, we are going to work out what is going to be there in a triangle QBC. So on the same lines, I'll write parallel to this one, so we'll get it. In triangle PAC, in triangle QBC, in triangle QBC, again 1045 is, this time opposite is QB, adjacent is BC. 1045 is 1. 1045 is 1. How much is QB? We all are aware it is 200. What is BC? From our figure it is y. So what do I get? Y is equals to 200 meter. Children, if you want, you can just write down what is the value of 1030 besides this. You need to write down 1045. 1045 is nothing but 1. Did I get x? 200 root 3. Did I get y? 200 meter. So what is the net distance? What is the total distance traveled? Total distance traveled What is the total distance traveled? The total distance traveled is x plus y. Total distance traveled is x plus y. X is 200 root 3 plus y, which is 200. If you want, you can remove 200 right now. Can I say 200 common? Root 3 plus 1 meter. That's the total distance traveled. Now, we'll proceed further. I'm writing with a different marker so that you can understand what we are going to do next. This is the total distance traveled. So I'll just write down with a different marker only to make you understand. Distance, total distance, 200 into root 3 plus 1. What is the total time? Total time is 3 minutes, which is 180 seconds. Children, are we aware about a formula? Distance is speed into time. So what is speed? Distance upon time. Speed is equals to distance upon time. We are talking about total distance. Total distance is what we got it as 200 into root 3 plus 1. Total time is 180. Now, only to make you all understand that if I calculate the speed right now, which I have just got it, distance upon time, distance is given to us in meters. So I'll get meters. Time is what we got in seconds. So as of now, if I go for any kind of calculation, my speed will be in meters per second, children. My speed is going to be in meters per second. Now, I hope my children are aware how to convert meters per second into kilometer per hour. Simply multiply by. Whenever you have to convert from meters per second into kilometer per hour, we multiply by 18 by 5. With what we multiply by? 18 by 5. So it is 200 into root 3 plus 1. 200 into root 3 plus 1 by 180 into 18 by 5 kilometer per hour. 18 ones are, can I say 18 tens are? The 0 gets cancels off. 5 ones are, 5 fours are. So what I'm left with? Am I left with 4 into root 3 value I'm taking as 1.73. 1.73 plus 1. 1.73 plus 1. So what is my further answer going to be? My further answer is going to be speed. Mind you, this is nothing but speed. So speed is equals to 4 into 2.73. 2.73. On multiplying, you shall get 10.92 kilometer per hour. Speed is 10.92 kilometer per hour. Now I know that there are many students right now who are asking themselves also, and even they might have a question to me also, that sir, how did you get this figure 18 by 5? You just now said just multiply by 18 by 5. How did you get it? Children, I have an explanation for the same right now here. But I just wanted to finish off my sum first, and that's the reason I first completed my sum. Now comes your answer, that how did I come to this particular value 18 by 5. So I hope, first of all, let me say I hope you have understood how this particular sum was, and I am giving the answer for the same, but I hope you have understood how we calculated the sum and how we finally reached into speed is equals to 10.92 kilometer per hour. Now I'm writing with a different marker so that you should understand. This is only an explanation. This is only an explanation part. Children, how many meters are there in a kilometer? How many meters are there in a kilometer? Can I say 1 kilometer is 1000 meter? How many seconds are there in an hour? 3600 seconds are there in an hour. How many meters makes a kilometer? 1000. How many seconds are there in an hour? 3600. So when I divide this, 2 5s are 2 18s are. So what answer did I get? I got 1 kilometer per hour is nothing but 5 by 18 meters per second. In short, let me tell you, we have converted kilometer per hour into meters per second. We have converted kilometer per hour into meters per second. Somebody might have a question right now going on in your mind. Sir, then why did you multiply by 18 by 5, whereby which you got answer as 5 by 18? Let me point you out. It was kilometer per hour getting converted into meter per second. We wanted meter per second getting converted into kilometer per hour. We have to reciprocal the value. It is 18 by 5. It is 18 by 5. So when we have, so I've shown you both the conversion, kilometer per hour to meters per second and meters per second to kilometer per hour. So henceforth conversion, you should know that whenever we want to convert from kilometer per hour into meters per second, the number is 5 by 18. And whenever we want to convert from meters per second to kilometer per hour, we need to multiply by 18 by 5. I hope now the question is easily understood from your side and there shouldn't be any kind of query when it comes to this 18 by 5. Children, this is a very good sum. I hope you must have understood. Moreover, I'll say that go through this sum once, twice, thrice, till that moment that you don't understand, and finally do from your end also.